Greetings one and all, I'm Red Angel, and welcome to Games Taking Flight, a series of game reviews where I critique games in my own unique way. Today's subject, Bear With Me, Episode 1. Full disclosure, I was given a review copy of this game. Bear With Me is an episodic point-and-click adventure game developed and published by Exordium Games that was released on August 8th, 2016. Now I know what you may be thinking, oh man, another episodic game? And while episodic games have been done to death, and you could say that they've overstayed their welcome, Bear With Me makes it work. It's best to think of it as a well-done pilot for a TV show that you can tell is going to get better as time goes on. The game is stylized as a completely self-aware noir movie with a little girl named Amber and her teddy bear, Ted, as our protagonists. The story goes that Amber, our heroine, is seized with nightmares only to be woken up by her toy giraffe, Millie, that tells her that she can't find Amber's younger brother. Amber then employs the help of the great detective, Ted E. Bear, in order to help find him and uncover the mystery of the Red Man, which I know may not sound like an intimidating villain name, or villain for that matter. This is the same medium that brought us villains like Shodan and Pyramid Head. But keep in mind, this is a world of plush toys, and our protagonist is a little girl, one that the Red Man is actively after. For her, he probably sounds terrifying. That and well, if you actually purchase the game, which you should, not beating around the bush here, I enjoyed myself with this title, then you may find out that the Red Man is quite a bit more of a threat than you initially realized. Other than Amber, every single character we see is some kind of toy. Whether they're a robot or a stuffed giraffe, each character has their own distinct personality. They're all anthropomorphized though, which means you, the player, sees them as an old granny giraffe or a steel worker robot. You get various dialogue options with them and can get new hints or inklings of what's going on in the story. It adds a little bit of life to this short first look, and since you can beat the first episode in about an hour, it's good to see it wanting to keep your attention and leave you wanting more, which I think Bear With Me does incredibly well. This is only episode 1, and the whole episode takes place in Amber's house, which is drawn in a very stylized black and white, just like old detective movies. When color actually appears in the story, it's during cutscenes that have a comic book-like style to them, all of them being narrated over by Ted E. Bear. It never once feels jarring or out of place, and it melds into the tone of the story very well. Combine this with the moody sounds of the game's stellar soundtrack, and it shows just how much time and effort was put into Bear With Me's first episode to make it all blend together near perfectly aesthetically wise. As a point-and-click adventure game, Bear With Me keeps things simple in terms of puzzles and such. It's straightforward, it doesn't try to do anything new, but it also doesn't try to change the wheel in a way that could alienate some potential consumers. Sometimes you have to talk to people more than once, sometimes you have to stick a couple of items together, but even then, it's easy as a first episode can get as long as you listen to what the characters say. Speaking of characters, there are a real nice diverse cast of characters with varying personalities and an obvious history with one another. The writing is great, balancing out the more serious moments with plenty of lighthearted jabs at video games, the genre of film it's paying homage to, and fourth wall humor. Now, there are times where they go a little bit overboard with it and turn the puns or the cheesy jokes up to maximum capacity, but it's not prevalent enough to make you want to claw your own eyes out, which it very well could have been. So let's be thankful for that. Bear With Me's first episode only had problems on a technical level. Minor things like characters' voices going completely silent while their mouths are still moving, or strange silences when characters first enter a room before they surprise you with overly loud dialogue out of nowhere. These things can be easily fixed with a patch, yet I still wanted to cover them to make people aware that this game is not quite perfect yet. Bear With Me Episode 1 is a great start to a series that has already caught my attention. If it can keep going on a straight flight path like this, it can easily be one of the best games of the year. Thanks for checking out my review of Bear With Me. This is Red Angel, signing off.